We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We are at Fadley's. We're doing Crab Cake Row, replacing Radio Row in the Las Vegas. I wouldn't want to be in Vegas today anyway. It's only in the 50s there. Weather's better here. Orioles are getting sold. We got crab cakes here. We're at Fadley's. We're going to be at the Costas tomorrow in Dundalk all day Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to be at Coco's. Thursday, we're going to be at State Fair in Catonsville. Then on Friday, up at Pappas in Cockeysville. I'm going to be eating really well. They brought me fish sandwiches. I got crab cakes. I'm going to leave here with some shrimp salad. I like taking shrimp salad home because my wife doesn't like shrimp, so I get to eat it all myself, so it's good. Casey Baines was unavailable. She is the Casey of Casey Cares. I have to call her Wallen back. What do I call her? What?
No, you got it.
I got to get right?
Yep.
How are you?
I'm good.
I got Erin Ritter here. She's the Deputy Associate Director. I had to get the title right?
It's fine.
How's Case? Good?
Great. She's great.
Busy.
Very busy.
Doing things, helping people, doing all the caring.
It's a lot of caring, yes.
Well, I guess Casey Cares came to me maybe 10, 15 years ago, and it was just sort of in my world. People were like, I'm doing this for Casey Cares. I'm doing that for Casey Cares. I'm like, what is Casey Cares? Then I met Casey, and then I figured out she cared. So you guys have your big gala coming up. I want you to talk about the long picture of Casey Cares and how it started. Give everybody the whole soup, the nuts, potatoes. Give them the crab cake and the crab soup.
Absolutely. So we provide programs for critically ill children and their family members. So we've been doing it for 24 years. We do things like tickets to baseball games and the circus and Disney on Ice for families whose lives have just been turned upside down by the diagnosis and the treatment of their critically ill child. So kids with all sorts of different illnesses, from leukemia, brain tumors, different types of cancer, to severe sickle cell and cystic fibrosis. Our goal is just to provide some positive family time and good memories for the families while they're going through this really arduous journey. So, yeah.
You know, my wife was diagnosed. It'll be 10 years in 5 weeks. It'll be 10 years since she was diagnosed. On March 20th, she had leukemia. Two-time survivor, bone marrow transplants, the whole deal. Guy in Germany saved her life. It's a beautiful story. But the part of it for me was, I've cried twice this morning. I haven't cried since 10 o'clock because nobody said David Modell to me yet. But we would go down when my wife was sick with her port, and she was 155 nights at Hopkins, right? So we would go down to that common area on the ground floor just to get her out of the prison, and she would bring her port and her pole. Yeah. She had a hole in her chest with the port, and that damn thing would go off every time the battery would.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awful, right? I haven't thought about it in a while, but we would get down to that courtyard area, and here's my wife fighting for her life, and she would see a sick kid, and it'd be over. Even when she was fighting, it would be over. And we think about taking care of these kids and their poor parents and the families that love them. We went through a lot. My wife is 41 years old, but when you're talking about kids struggling, there's a whole different level of unacceptability.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as a mom, I would rather go through it than have one of my kids go through it, right?
Oh,
and as a parent, we live in a great area. We have amazing hospitals. You know, we have some of the best medical care, but at the end of the day, there's not much more that parent can do. They just are watching their child and hoping that the right treatment and the right doctors make the right choices. And
I stared at my wife, and the doctors and the nurses were just miraculous.
Yeah.
It changed the whole countenance of my life to be able to talk about things like this because, you know, I did sports for a couple of years, you know.
It's okay.
Just a little bit. But seeing that sort of care moved me to say, all right, fighting with Peter Angelos, talking about the football team, getting better or whatever, those are nice things. This is real. This is what's real.
Yep.
And when Casey Cares is taking care of a family, someone, there is a level of discomfort, suffering, misery that whatever the 10 seconds, whether it's seeing a celebrity or a couple of hours or a meal or time or anything like that, you guys do get a picture of beauty at that point, right?
Yeah.
When you go through this effort to make magic happen, literally, for someone that's suffering. You'll get me crying at 2 o'clock 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, it really is it's about our slogan or our is little moments lasting memories, but that really
little
is
moments lasting memories.
And
I love that.
Again, as a parent of perfectly healthy kids, that's what you have. You know, I look back on the last 5 years of my life and my kids, and they're just little snippets. And so if we can give the families little snippets of positivity that they can pull from for strength as they go through this battle, and that they can look back on. That's really what we want to do. We can't cure them. We've got Hopkins. We've got University of Maryland.
Right.
We've got some amazing places. But what we can do is we can give them an afternoon to be a family, to go see the O's, to go see the Ravens, to go to a Capitals
The
game.
new and improved Orioles, as I like to say. I'm gonna continue to use new and improved.
New
is
and
what I'm saying.
improved, yeah. So I mean,
under new management.
super important just to give them that afternoon, that evening to have fun and have some positive things happening and give them the strength to move on and carry on. So
How did Casey get involved in all this? Give me the whole.
so she actually started working with sick children, but it was primarily kids with cancer, and it was kind of a once and done type of a thing that she was, granting a wish. And so she really felt like ongoing support and not just kids with cancer. So those were her two things. And so when she didn't feel like that need was being met, she decided to meet it herself. So
How many
she
years
was
ago? How many?
24 years.
24 years.
Yeah.
I would say, so I've been on the air 32. I'd say I've been hearing about it for 15 or 20.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, just, back in the aughts. I mean, I had no idea. I would have thought it was 15 years old, but maybe that's the first time I heard about it. How'd you get involved?
I actually, Casey and I went to college together.
Okay.
So, I was moving to Baltimore. I had some experience in nonprofits, and I was looking for something fun, and she was looking for me, and we've been together for 18 years.
All right, something fun for Casey Cares. It says here March 9th. Now, I have other people doing events in May, June, July. This one's coming up.
Yeah,
This is coming up. It's March 9th.
A month
You're
away.
at the American Visionary Arts Museum.
That's right.
One of my favorite places. I had Rebecca on, and I know they had some new things going on there as well. Right in my neighborhood. I lived down at the harbor for years. A great spot.
So cool.
What does a Casey Cares Super Bowl ball look like? What are we calling it?
We're calling it the Totally 80s Gala.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
I got
so
those
it's a
clothes.
gala.
They
Yeah.
tried to get me to the Wizard of Oz over at St. I don't have that outfit laying around. But
Do you have some 80s gear?
Yeah,
Leg warmers?
God.
Big into leg
I'm gonna let my hair out of the 80s right here.
But yeah, so we have live music, we have open bar, we got food, we have appetizers, auctions, raffles. There'll be dancing, there'll be fun, and I would guess that well over half the people will come dressed head to toe in 80s gear.
What's
and that's
80s
what we
to you?
love.
You doing leg warmers? What are you doing?
I am actually looking for an 80s prom dress because I'm trying to keep it classy. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
maybe off the shoulder, a lot of taffeta ruffles.
I wore a pink tuxedo
That would be great.
to my junior prom in '84.
Okay.
If I could find that
Yes,
again, maybe
that
call
would be good.
Tuxedo King.
Yep.
Maybe work that in. But I think if I was doing 80s, my 80s were Hammerjacks. So, you know what I mean? That was my 80s. And I
Yep.
got the hair for it now.
Yeah.
So I would go 80s rock star.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? I'll come up with something
Some
for you.
hairband, pearl, or curls.
I got hair.
There. Okay,
I got
good.
the band, but I got the hair. Just the band's on the hair. If I take the band off the hair, I might do that for Fem, because Fem hadn't seen me with the long hair yet. So, how can people help you and get involved?
Sure, they can go to CaseyCares.org. They can obviously buy gala tickets. There's all different ways folks can support us. We have a 5K. We have a golf tournament.
Yeah, I was
We've
gonna
got
say,
a
the golf
fishing
tournament's
tournament.
what I'm familiar
Yep.
with.
So that's.
I think I've participated with the golf, and I'm not a golfer, but I think I've been invited.
Yep, it's a fun event. It's at Baltimore Country Club, so that's a really nice course and a really nice day. And we've got a 5K if that's your thing. You can also wear your pajamas to work in April. So we're just really trying to,
What?
April 16th is National Wear Your Pajamas to
Is
Work
that like
Day.
a Hefner thing? What is that?
I hope not.
Like a smoking jacket?
Yep, I mean, whatever you wear to bed, you could wear.
Well,
I felt like
whatever
that
you
was
should wear to bed.
whatever you should wear to bed. Yep.
Thank you. All
and
right.
it shows your support for critically ill children. Folks are doing pajama drives and gift card drives for our programs. And so, yeah, Casey Cares' biggest PJ party is always a fun event. April 16th.
All
You
right.
can do it from your house.
This is like asking Damie her favorite crab cake. Do you have a favorite story, a Casey Cares story of something that you cried a lot, or you're like, that was the coolest effing thing we've ever done? What would be the coolest thing? Because this is my 25th anniversary, and this is a little plug for Curio Wellness. I just had Wendy by earlier. I've done the 25 stories of glory of our 25 years of all the coolest things we've done. I would think the 25 coolest things that Casey Cares have done are pretty cool.
We've done some amazing things.
Disney Worlds and like all that kind of stuff.
We've sent kids to Taylor Swift concerts.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's been a couple of years. If you're listening, Taylor, we'll take some more tickets. We've done Disney World. We've had folks throw out the first pitch at Orioles games. We've had all sorts of meet and greets. But honestly, we do these movie and pizza night boxes that are a gift card for pizza delivery and a gift card for streaming services. And the thank you notes we get for those boxes are just as good as the thank you notes that we get for
pizza
this
and a movie
huge...
when you're not feeling well is a beautiful night.
It is.
I might do that at the end of the week. I'm having crab cakes all week. Thanks for coming by, Erin.
Absolutely.
Give Casey my best. Give her my love. Tell her
I will.
She's welcome here anytime. She knows that.
I will.
I love her smile. It's nice to meet you and hang out with
Nice to meet you.
March 9th at the American Visionary Arts Museum. They're doing their event. It is totally 80s.
Totally.
That's totally up my alley.
Awesome. We'll see you there then.
Well, the music going to be good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
It's hard to mess up 80s music unless you play country or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Don't worry.
Even then, you play some Kenny Rogers, some Dolly. Islands in the Stream. We're down here at Fadley's. It's by the way, you did not get a lottery ticket.
I did not.
10 times the cash. Erin's hooked up here from Casey Cares. We're at Fadley's all day today. It is a cup of Super Bowl. It is crab cake row. You bring down the canned goods. Somebody brought me some Wise lasagna and some Lucky Charms. I have lemon pepper tuna salad in a can. I have Green Giant mixed Mexicali corn. People have been very, very generous. You bring down canned goods, you bring stuff for our friends at the Maryland Food Bank. We're going to give you a free cup or bowl of soup.
Awesome.
Soup or bowl. Soup
or
bowl. A cup of soup or... Don't get me in trouble. Roger Goodell listens to this program now. I promise you Chad Steele's listening. Cup of soup or bowl. All right. The Super Bowl itself is Sunday night. I'm Nestor. We're down here at Fadley's. Femi Abedejo, speaking of Super Bowls, I got a Super Bowl champion coming by talking about a great cause. He lives in the neighborhood. I bump into him a lot when I live downtown. Been about a year since I've seen Fem. Looking forward to talking Super Bowl 35. We'll get some Ravens in here. And we're going to talk about a big, big turnaround. All that's coming up next. I'm Nestor. We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. Back for more from Fadley's on a cup of Super Bowl and our crab cake row promotion.